Hi everyone, meteorologist Rusty Dawkins looking at a storm threat potential for Monday evening into very early Tuesday. Good old-fashioned spring severe weather setup. I mean, it really is, and we'll jump right in. Here's the forecast. This is one of the short-range models to kind of give you an idea of what's going to be happening from about 6 p.m. Monday to 6 a.m. Tuesday. Notice a couple of spots here that are already happening, like right there towards Dallas by 6 p.m. and this line goes up through here just north of St. Louis towards Chicago. So that is just kind of the beginning. Now we're going to go forward. This is all going to be kind of doing one of these from Dallas, Oklahoma, and this area right here. This is probably your best chance for tornadic activity for parts of central and eastern Oklahoma into the Dallas-Fort Worth region, and then this will all be heading north and east as we head through the evening hours. Now this is by 7 p.m. So let me get rid of everything here. This is moving forward to 10 p.m. Kind of fizzles out just a little bit, but you have this frontal boundary like this. So anywhere along that boundary, you're going to have a decent chance for some strong, severe storms. Large hail, damaging wind, and tornadoes going to be possible with this line of storms. Now this is 10 p.m. Your best bet for storms will be anywhere along this line right here. Notice they're kind of segmented. That is a telltale sign of usually some rotation up and down that line. So like there, and there, you could see some rotation associated with that line of storms. As it moves into the midnight 1 a.m. time frame, kind of keeping an eye on this right here. That looks like it's bowing out, which is good news, bad news. Good news is that usually means the tornado threat is less, not gone, but less. But that also means a very damaging wind potential for parts of south central, southeast Missouri into southwestern parts of Illinois. Looks like just south of the St. Louis area, and this is all going to be moving north and east. So you're kind of looking at the trajectory about like that with that storm. In fact, let's kind of put it into motion again. Notice it hightailed it from southeast Missouri all the way into south central parts of Illinois, and it's going to make its way into Indiana. But by now it's 3 in the morning, so it's kind of losing some of the daytime influence. So that should be about it. By about 5, 6 in the morning, we shouldn't be seeing any more severe weather. So this is the area, the general overview of where the severe weather is most likely. This is a moderate risk. We don't see those or high risk very often. So this area in central Oklahoma, in and around the Oklahoma City area, has a moderate risk. And then the enhanced risk is huge. It goes from Cincinnati, St. Louis, just south of Wichita, down to Dallas. So this whole area right here also has a decent chance of seeing at least large hail, damaging wind, and a few tornadoes as well. So that's the main area of concern. And then when you get on the fringe, you got your slight risk and then your marginal risk. We see quite a few of those every year, especially in this area. 1 or 2 severe storms going to be possible right there. So the main threat for tornadoes is going to be in this area from here, from Oklahoma City into southwestern parts of Missouri up towards St. Louis. That the dashed black lines, that means an EF2 or bigger are more likely in this area. So this entire area of 10%, that's a high percentage chance for a tornado in some spot. A good chance of seeing an EF2 tornado or bigger from Oklahoma City to St. Louis. Now on the edges here, we've got a 5% and then a 2%, not 0. So there's still a chance, like say here, right through the middle of Kentucky, it's just a marginal it's just a 2% to 5%, still a chance. Same thing for around Dallas, same thing near Wichita, up here, getting close to Chicago, but let's say central Illinois, still a chance, but the best chance obviously is going to be in this yellow shaded area where it's 10% with the hatched. Damaging wind, kind of the same thing. You're looking at 50, 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts all the way from Oklahoma City through St. Louis into Cincinnati. Memphis is on the southern tier of this. parts of southeastern Iowa into northern Illinois is on the northern fringe of this. So this is a 30% chance someone is going to see damaging wind, and could be higher than 80 miles per hour in those where those black hash marks are located. Large hail also a possibility. Your best chance is going to be in and around the Oklahoma City area, and then a 5%. Hang on, let's see if I can fix that. There we go, that's better. So you're looking at this 45%. I mean, that's just high. You are going to see large hail in and around the Oklahoma City area, much of central and eastern parts of Oklahoma, going to see some strong, large and damaging hail in that area. Other spots where all the hash marks are at, those black hash marks, 2-inch in diameter hail likely, and then you got the red and the pinks here. That's anywhere from a 30 to 45%. I mean, that's a high likelihood you're going to see damaging large hail. And then on the edges here, you've got the 5 to 15%. Still a good chance. I mean, if just everybody had that chance, that's high enough. But obviously, from St. Louis to Oklahoma City, that's that area that is more than likely going to see some large hail, damaging winds, likely some tornadoes as well. And then everybody else around that has a little bit lesser chance, but still a chance. Your instability, let's take a look at that real quick. Notice how it just kind of drops off fairly quickly as we get into the evening hours. That's typical, but notice those early time frames from about Dallas to southern Oklahoma. That's when your instability is the highest. It's still up there. I mean, you're still looking at near moderate instability from southern Missouri through Arkansas, Oklahoma, down towards Dallas. It continues to dwindle a little bit, but by then the storms are already going, so the instability isn't as important. So let's look at the energy helicity index. It's kind of the tornado spin in the atmosphere. It's kind of widespread, green and yellow, which is just enough. That's all you need. When you have storms that are flying through, you get that spin in the atmosphere, and the yellows and greens usually are enough to kick up some tornadoes. So that's worth looking at there as well. Significant hail, big blob of orange and yellow. That's just that whole area has a chance of seeing some rather large hail, like we were looking at just a little bit ago. That starts to kind of decrease as the evening progresses. It will then become more of a wind threat than a significant hail threat. So speaking of the wind threat, this is your significant tornado parameter. Right here is likely your best chance of seeing some strong tornadoes in this area from Dallas into southeastern, maybe even parts, it could make its way a little further west in Oklahoma, and then northwestern Arkansas. And then this area too. I mean, that's a 1 to 2 on the significant tornado parameter. And that continues. It looks like this whole area is basically your hotspot for the potential for a spin up or two, or maybe some large tornadoes, especially in Oklahoma and parts of southern Missouri, northwestern parts of Arkansas. And that starts to dwindle as we head through the overnight. So can't dwindle fast enough, but the potential is definitely there. So that's the information that I have for you as of Monday afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock when I'm recording this. So if you live in any of these areas, make sure you stay up to date, have a way to be informed, know your tornado plan, have a place to go. Put as many windows between you and the outside as you possibly can if you are in the line of any tornado threat or large hail or damaging wind. Like and subscribe. I'll do YouTube updates as often as I can. Stay safe.